What is good, YouTube, and welcome back to a brand new video, man. So today we're going to talk about something that is probably one of my worst nightmares. So you guys know I'm a Portland Trailblazers fan. Damian Lillard is my favorite player in the NBA. But sometimes I get scared. I'm not going to lie. I know Damian Lillard has reiterated so many times that he would never leave Portland. He's loyal to the soil, whatever. But looking at this year, the Blazers absolutely got obliterated yesterday by the Milwaukee Bucks. I understand the injury plague has hit them again this season. But sometimes I fear that Dame is just going to perhaps request a trade eventually, because look at this team right now. I don't even think maybe they go on a run of some sorts, and I think Damian Lillard is just he's a great player. Obviously, he's one of the best point guards in the NBA, but I feel like Neil O'Shea and Terry Stotts, whatever, have failed to put the best team around Damian Lillard possible, man. And I know it's not easy because it's a small market team, but sometimes I get scared that Damian Lillard may get tired of this and request a trade. But I don't know that for a fact, because obviously he's reiterated so many times he would never leave, but sometimes you just never know. So today we're making my worst nightmare come true. We're going to be trading Damian Lillard. I know it's just weird and it's going to hurt me to do this, but as a Blazers fan in me, it is just a disaster what's going on right now. But make sure you guys smash that like button if you enjoyed this video. Also hit the subscribe button. YouTube is telling me that 60% of you watching the video right now aren't even sub. What are you doing? Hit the subscribe button. But other than that, yeah, let's trade Damian Lillard. I'm going to be sad throughout this whole video, but we're doing it. We're going to do a whole reset on the Trailblazers because I feel like they've done a terrible job building around Damian Lillard thus far. Starting off the first season, I went ahead and just simulated the first season just because I wanted to see where the Blazers would be. And completely healthy, this team went 37-45 for the 10th seed in the West. So, yeah, right now the Blazers are the 8th seed in real life. And like I said, I know McCollum is out right now, who's having an amazing season. Nurkic is out, but he was kind of disappointing. And yeah, so we're just going to have to kind of wait on those guys, see them come back, and maybe the Blazers go on some sort of run. But ultimately, if they get into the playoffs, I just don't see this team as a threat to win a championship this year. Even as a Blazers fan, it pains me to say that because, like, I want to be optimistic. And I thought going into the season, I'm like, wow, this team can really do something. But looking at how terrible Robert Covington has been, and we traded 2 first-round picks for this guy, man, it's a mess right now, I think. So, yeah, I'm not ecstatic about it, but Damian Lillard says, you know what? I've done everything I can for this city, this team, this franchise, but I'm trying to win a championship, which, like I said, is pretty much the opposite of what Damian Lillard has said his whole career. And maybe he never does this, but I just kind of wanted to do it for entertainment purposes, see what I could do. So Damian Lillard, he comes to my office, he's like, hey, I'm sorry, I love Portland and all, but you guys suck, and you guys can't build a team around me, and we're just not good enough. So he says I want out, which would be one of the worst things I would ever hear as a basketball fan. But regardless, it is what's happening. So with that being said, looking at the draft lottery right now, we kind of want to see where our lottery pick lands, as we're projected number 11, and we are going to get number 11. So that's awesome. And then now Damus says, you know what? Of course Terry Stotts is going to be fired, man. I'm ready for Terry Stotts to go. Our defense is still trash. I don't know if it has anything to do with him or what it is, but it is bad. So I'm going to fire the whole coaching staff. I'm going to fire the whole training staff. We want a whole new reset, man. So for head coach, I think I'm just going to go with, honestly, it really doesn't matter at this point because we're going to be rebuilding. So, not Terry Stotts, Jesse Mermize. We have Otis Newman. We can get Josh Longstaff. Whoever that is, welcome to the team. We got a new head coach. We're going to sign Trent Peterson as well. And then for our assistant coach, we're not going to be bringing back Nate Tibbetts, who we just fired, obviously. And then we'll hire Dion Blount. So, boom. We got our new coaching staff. This is going to be the new coaching staff. So, Terry Stotts has been fired. And now here we are. Damian Lillard says, get me out of here. We throw him in the trade finder. And the 76ers want to give me Ben Simmons and Tyrese Maxey, which would be interesting. So that's probably the best offer I've gotten so far, obviously. So I will definitely come back to that. We got Colin Sexton and Kevin Love from Cleveland Cavaliers. Okay. You also have to choose Malik Beasley. Regardless, guys, by the way, I'm probably not going to get the best package possible for Damian Lillard. I mean, he would probably cost a plethora of first-round picks. And 2K, we all know, does not really work that way. So Porzingis, Jamal Murray, and Michael Porter. Okay, so we get a 24-year-old and a 23-year-old. Okay, I actually love this trade. So the Nuggets pair Damian Lillard and Nikola Jokic together, but that's within the division, so that would be a little interesting, and within the conference as well. But I think that's probably the best trade I've seen so far, because that's a very young 23 and 24-year-old who are both very, very good. So I love this trade, not gonna lie. Malcolm Brogdon, you got Brandon Ingram, that's interesting. The 3rd pick in Jeremy Grant, Siakam, Fred VanVleet, John Wall, Christian Wood, DeJounte Murray, and the 5th pick. Okay, that's actually a good trade as well. D'Angelo Russell, and Russell Westbrook, and Danny Avdija. But This is probably the best. This is one of the best trades, but I just did a Bradley Beal video and I traded Bradley Beal for Ben Simmons. So I feel like I should probably bring something new to the table and not just always get Ben Simmons, who's been thrown out there as far as trade candidates. So I actually love this trade. I love Jamal Murray, a 24-year-old and a 23-year-old coming to the team. That'll be a whole new reset. I like it. I like it. If we can grab a first-round pick from them as well, that would be awesome. They own my 2021 pick. They'll give me Zeke, and I give him 2025. I don't want to do that necessarily. I feel like Damian Lillard would be worth more than... but, I mean, this is a good package to get. So if I give you CJ Ellaby, they want my 2021 first. They give me Zeke as well, who's a 73-year overall center. So we basically trade down. That doesn't make a lot of sense. So I guess we'll just go to the original trade. We won't get any first. We'll just straight up get... Jamal Murray and Michael Porter. Like I said, this isn't... I don't know if this is fair value for Damian Lillard, but we're doing it. So... Damian Lillard, Nikola Jokic. It feels weird to trade him within the division, but now we have Jamal Murray and Michael Porter here. CJ McCollum, we're probably going to end up trading him as well because now I kind of want the timeline of the team to fit together. So, like Carmelo, Enes Kanter, Gary Trent Jr. is someone I actually do want to re-sign. Honestly, he could be kind of the new shooting guard we want after McCollum is gone. And then Nurkic, we'll kind of have to see what we do with him. I'll probably accept his team option because he's on a pretty friendly team deal, but now Damian Lillard is gone, man. So that is actually really saddening to say. And we have the 11th pick. So now I feel like trading CJ McCollum, maybe I can get Zach LaVine in a second pick. I feel like if I can get like a top pick in the draft, that'd be ideal. But I'm not really sure if that's going to happen. So Tyrese Halliburton and Buddy Hield from the Kings. Interesting. We get the 8th pick and Emmanuel Quickly from the Knicks. Okay, so that's actually, I like that trade a lot. So we actually get a first round pick. And we get a 6th pick in Al Horford, who is on a 1-year deal. So Al Horford would expire after this season if the Thunder wanted CJ McCollum, but I don't know why Oklahoma City would want him. So I feel like the best trade would be the Knicks one. We get the 6th or the 8th pick and Emmanuel Quickly, who's been amazing for them. So maybe the Knicks want to strike out. And like I said, McCollum's been amazing this year, by the way. He's averaging like 26 points per game. If he didn't go down with injury, I feel like he has a really good shot of winning being an all-star this year for the first time. But I'm going to do this trade. We're going to get this 6th pick and Emmanuel Quickly. And just like that, we kind of have a brand new roster. Brand new roster to look at. So now we have 2 draft picks as well. So we definitely want to see what we want to do with that. So basically, we just kind of blew up my Portland Trailblazers, which is a little weird to do. I'm not going to lie, but we did it. So Cam Thomas. So we could draft a shooting guard here. Josh Christopher. BJ Boston, I know for a fact, is a stud out of the draft. So I feel like I got to do it. I know I have him in the San Antonio Spurs Rebuild series, but he is a immediate stud coming out of the draft. And then we can get Cam Thomas, but I think I'm going to take Zara Williams here. And I feel like we got 2 beast acquisitions coming to the team. So BJ Boston and Zara Williams, welcome to the roster. Nurkic, I will accept. Rodney Hood, gonna decline. There's sure little. Derek Jones actually accepted his player option. He's only 24, so he definitely fits the timeline of the team as well. Qualifying offers, Gary Trent is somebody I definitely have interest in bringing back. Gary Trent Jr., with the way he's played this year, is probably going to get like Joe Harris type money, I think, because he is a really good shooter, and I feel like that's probably something Gary Trent will get. So it makes me wonder if the Blazers will bring him back in real life. I feel like they will try. Jamal Murray and Emmanuel Quickly, the point guard right now. We have BJ Boston, the shooting guard. We have Michael Porter, Zara Williams, Nasir Little, Derek Jones, and CJ Ellaby. We have Robert Covington the 4, which is somebody I actually don't want to keep either. So we're going to go ahead and trade Mr. Rocco, who's going to be on his, 15 now in like 5 years or whatever it is. He's been traded around a lot. The Thunder, the Spurs, we got the Rockets wanting him, and they give me a 2nd round pick. We take Daniel House, so it'd be kind of a salary dump in a way. Kyle Kuzma from the Lakers, Torian Prince from the Knicks, okay. The Jazz, the Hornets want to give me a lottery protected Vernon Carey, Okapala, Bogdan Bogdanovic, Grayson Allen, Luke Kennard. Okay, so there's some interesting offers here. Daniel Gafford and T. Stable. I think I'm going to take the Daniel House 2nd round pick trade. I feel like it just makes a little bit more sense. So we're going to do that trade. So now we have Jamal Murray, Emmanuel Quickly, Anthony Simons, BJ Boston, shooting guard, 1000%. Want to bring back Gary Trent Jr. Daniel House is not going to be important here. And then we don't really have a power forward right now. And Nurkic is our center. So I'm actually going to go ahead and I think release Daniel House. He's on a 1-year deal, so it won't really affect me too much. I don't really want him. So Derek Jones Jr. is somebody, like I said, I don't mind him staying here. I'll probably move Nasir Little to like who actually had a good game yesterday against the Bucks, scored 30 points, I think, or something crazy like that. So I'm moving the power forward. And so small forward spot looks good. And then we definitely need a 4 and Gary Trent back. So a power forward would be definitely ideal out here. And Lauri Markkanen we could bring in. That would be kind of crazy. 24-year-old, make a quick little change at the power forward. Have Nurkic and Markkanen in the front court. Bring back Gary Trent. And honestly, we look like an interesting team again. We honestly wouldn't lose a step. I feel like we might even be interestingly better. I don't know, man. So you know what? I will throw a bag on Lauri Markkanen, who is 24 years old, who would fit the timeline of the team. So Markkanen is going to be somebody we get. So, and then Gary Trent Jr. is somebody, like I said, that I do want back. So Lauri Markkanen is going to be the power forward of the Portland Trailblazers. Bring him in. So now we have a very, very interesting team. And like I said, Gary Trent Jr. is going to get a bag in free agency. Hopefully he comes back in his qualifying offer. That way we can re-sign him next year. Ideally, that's who I really want back. So Gary Trent Jr., please come back. And he is gone. So that is not ideal. Where is he? I want him back bad. So Gary Trent, he is a free agent. Okay, he wants 20 million, which, like I said, is something I feel like he would get, and he doesn't want. Okay, so he just wants a bag. He's 22 years old. Somebody I really want back. We have Jamal Murray, Michael Porter, Lauri Markkanen, Jusuf Nurkic, Zara Williams, BJ Boston, Emmanuel Quickly, Anthony, Derek Jones, and Nasir Little. And I will probably get Gary Trent back because I feel like I should have been able to sign him regardless because we did draft him. We should have had the bird rights. So I feel like Gary Trent's going to get, like I said, Joe Harris type money. So I think I'm going to give him that contract, bring him on the team, and we'll roll with it from there. Spot, but at the end of the day, we went 39-43, and the Denver Nuggets got eliminated in the playoffs 4-2 by the Phoenix Suns. So Damian Lillard and Nikola Jokic still isn't no match for obviously the Phoenix Suns, but we went 39-43. I thought we were going to be a playoff team, to be honest. We have a lot of talent on the roster, but unfortunately, that just wasn't the case. So looking at the player stats, there is some rotational things we still can fix, though, so I'm not too upset yet. But yeah, there's a lot of good players here, which I'm happy about. But looking at the roster or the rotation we're running, I guess I can't show you anymore, my bad. So Anthony Simons, Jamal Murray, as we all know, BJ Boston, Gary Trent, Emmanuel Quickly, which I'll probably move Emmanuel Quickly back to shooting guard and let Anthony Simons walk in the offseason because I feel like Emmanuel Quickly has been a beast for the Knicks, so I'm going to try to keep him around over Anthony, I believe. And then BJ Boston, Gary Trent, I like that. Roberson didn't really matter. And we got, obviously, Michael Porter, and then Derek Jones will walk, and then Zara Williams will back up Michael Porter, and Markkanen this year Little, and Jusuf Nurkic, who's a free agent, which I'm going to have to make a decision on him as well. But in the draft lottery, we are projected the 11th pick once again, and we are once again going to be rewarded the 11th pick, so that's awesome. Staff signing, I'm going to go ahead and keep the staff the same. We fought hard for an 8th seed, but at the end of the day, we didn't get it, so... But we can grab somebody here with the 11th pick, preferably a power forward or a center here, honestly. Front court is definitely the way I'm going here because everything else is kind of... So we got JT Thor. Don't know how good he is, but welcome to the team regardless. And he is going to be a 75 coming in. Okay. Was there a center that I should have taken over him? Damian Collins, definitely. Maybe a little bit better, but it's okay. So rookie signing, JT Thor, Caleb Love in the second round, who is a... point guard / shooting guard, so we'll go ahead and sign him. And the player options, Emmanuel Quickly and Nasir Little. Qualifying offers, Michael Porter, Anthony. So Porter and Anthony, I wouldn't mind back. Actually, Anthony, I'm probably just gonna let you walk, my friend. It hasn't worked out. So Michael Porter, I'm gonna roll with Emmanuel Quickly being my backup point guard over Anthony. Basically, is what I'm trying to say. So Michael Porter, definitely somebody 1,000% want to bring back. And Jusuf Nurkic, we probably don't have a choice. We're probably going to have to bring him back because we don't really have a center to choose from other than him. So, Nurkic, we definitely wouldn't mind having you back, my friend. So, I will give you a 2-year deal. Nothing more than that. So, Jusuf Nurkic, I will be signing. I'm going to go ahead and decline Anthony Simons and just let him go somewhere else. I don't really know who that contract is for or who he's going to, but good for you. So, we're going to sign, like I said, Jusuf Nurkic. And we 1,000% want Michael Porter back. Let's make sure we're not renouncing him. Okay, so we got Nurkic back, and now we just need Michael Porter back. So let's go ahead. And he got 7 offers, 1 from the Wizards. We will be matching this. So already we're in cap space hell with this roster. So Jamal Murray, Emmanuel Quickly, BJ Boston, Gary Trent, Michael Porter, Zara Williams, Lauri Markkanen, Nasir Little, and Jusuf Nurkic and JT Thor. But I feel like we have our rotation more well-rounded up, and we're more decisive with what we got. So definitely like that. So Maxi Kleber. Is there anyone else worth signing out here? Wancho is here, but I feel like I'll just roll with what we have, man. So GT Thor hopefully can kind of maybe be the Jusuf Nurkic replacement eventually, but I like what we got. So the team is very interesting to say the least. This is not an ideal rebuild. We didn't go super young. We didn't grab super project players. There was a lot of good players still here, so we have a really good roster. I feel like this roster is definitely good enough to be in the playoffs, so I would not be surprised at all if we were in the playoffs next season and possibly even contending for a championship, because this team on paper looks really good. So at the end of season number 3, we're the first seed in the West. We won over 60 games, and we're really good right now. Like I said, the roster on paper was really good, so I'm not really too shocked. But Nikola Jokic, MVP, Jaden Harden, Rookie of the Year on the Pelicans, Russell Westbrook's your 6th man, Giannis Fitz Player, Moses Moody, Most Improved, and Josh Longstaff, Coach of the Year, Glenn McDonald, Executive. So yeah, awesome, man. All-NBA first team, Luka, LaMelo, LeBron, Giannis, Nikola Jokic. Trae Young, John Morant, AD, Jason Tatum, Joel Embiid. And then All-NBA third team, Ben Simmons, Andrew Russell, Kevin Durant, Jimmy Butler, Bam Adebayo. And then, boom. So we went 67-15, like I said. First seed in the Western Conference. Player stats, we had 20 from Jamal Murray. We had 19 from BJ Boston, 18 from Michael Porter, and 17 from Lauri Markkanen, and 16 from Zara Williams, 12.5 from Nurkic, 10 from Gary Trent. There's just a lot of good contributing players on this roster. So the rotation, if you didn't, I don't remember if I even showed it, but this is what we were rolling with. This was our starting 5. When you look at it, it's a really beast starting 5, to be honest with you. It is definitely something you wouldn't get straight out of trading Damian Lillard. I don't know how we got this. We got Jamal Murray and Michael Porter out of a trade. We basically traded McCollum for BJ Boston, and we signed Lauri Markkanen, which would just be insane if that happened in one offseason. But looking at everything else, player stats, we already saw that. So I feel like we just got to play the Utah Jazz here. And let's see if we win a championship, even after trading Damian Lillard. And Denver is the 2nd seed with Damian Lillard starting at shooting guard or point guard, RJ Hampton, Jalen Johnson, Bol, Nikola Jokic, Evan Fournier. So they have a pretty good, talented Nuggets roster. They have a very good big 3 of Jalen Johnson, Lillard, and Nikola Jokic. But stimulating game 1 or stimulating the round 8. Let's get game 1. All right, we won 1-0 on the Utah Jazz. We're up 2-0. 2-1. Can we go up 3-1 here? Nope, they even it up. Come on, 3-2 lead. All right, let's go. Beat them in 6, and we do. We're on to the second round. I really hope Denver makes it out of the second round because I kind of want to play Damian Lillard in the conference finals if possible, but we'll see. And nope, the Suns actually beat them. So we will not see Damian Lillard. That would have been a perfect way to end the video, but it will not happen. All right, playing the Minnesota Timberwolves now. Looking at the roster, they have D'Angelo Russell, Edwards, Culver, Bertans, Towns, Jaden McDaniels, Okogie. So a very talented roster. They're up 1-0, actually. We even it up, though. We're up 2-1, 3-1, and we beat them in 5. Yep, we do. Let's go. And now we're playing the New Orleans Pelicans, who just had Rookie of the Year, Jaden Hardy. Wow, look at that young roster. They have Jackson Hayes starting. This is a really good young roster, like I just said. Very young, very talented, and this could be a fight. This could be a dogfight here. So, similar to game 1, they win 1-0. They're up 2-0. And yeah, I thought this could be a fight, and we evened it up, though, thankfully. And they're up 3-2 now, so let's go simcast the rest of this as we are in Game 6 against the New Orleans Pelicans. We need to force a Game 7, bring it back to the Moda Center, and I'm confident we'll be able to make it to the NBA Finals as we absolutely blow them out in Game 6. 38 points from Jamal Murray, 34 and 15 from Lauri Markkanen. Now simcasting Game 7 in Portland. This is going to be a huge, huge game. Let's see if we can beat the Pelicans and go on to the NBA Finals. Very close game, 106-114, 107-119. And it looks like we ran away with it, 120-134. BJ Boston with 24 and 9. And now we're playing the Boston Celtics, who have Kimba, Jaylen Brown, Tatum, Daniel Tice, DeAndre Jordan, Robert Williams. So they finally addressed the center spot with a old DeAndre Jordan, who is 34 now. Somewhat in game 1, we do win it, so good start. We're up 2-0, 3-0, and we should beat them in 4 here. Nope, 3-1, and we beat them in 5 to go on to win a championship. As Houston Nurkic, out of all the players we have, is your Finals MVP, man. So, yeah, like I said, Damian Lillard, let me get full screen and talk to you guys about this. I don't think Damian Lillard would ever request a trade, but sometimes I get scared that he might. Sometimes I do. Sometimes I fear that Neil O'Shea, Terry Stotts have just failed this man so much that sometimes I feel like Damian Lillard will finally realize, like, man, I could win a championship. I'm so talented, but they are not getting enough pieces around me, which sucks because we swung for the fences on Robert Covington. It hasn't worked. We're 10-9 right now, basically where we were last year. We're getting injuries. It's just a whole ordeal, man. So I'm hoping Portland can fix it. I'm hoping we do something at the trade deadline maybe, but I don't really know what we can do with no first round picks anymore to trade because of Robert Covington, even though I think we can trade a pick, but we'd be like just trading more of our future away. But yeah, it is just very, very disheartening, and I'm scared. I'm legitimately scared that it may happen one day, but hopefully not. But anyways, guys, thank you so much for watching the video. If you enjoyed it, make sure you leave a like. I will be uploading my second channel later tonight, Crush Plays. If you're interested, hit the link down below, hit that sub button. But for now, this is Crushables. I'm saying peace.